What's up, everybody? My name's Leah. I'm an art director, designer. I do a lot, especially do a lot on this channel, a lot of different things, and sometimes I react to things, which is going to be the case today. And today, I'm reacting to the queen of taking my coins, Rihanna's new skincare line, Fenty Skin. I'm very excited to react to this because skincare is a thing that in this past year, I'm just now really realizing exists. I would say I have a very privileged existence when it comes to skincare. Like, I didn't go through a teenage phase where I was like trying to use Proactive and witch hazel and all the things that they are now saying are the devil. Yeah, I didn't have like a huge desire or need to really do anything other than just take a basic bar of soap and wash my face every day. But apparently, like, that don't protect you. Like, genetics help you in the early round, but it don't really help you in the long term. And I think especially when it comes to like sunscreen and stuff like that, I think especially as Black people, we just take it for granted that our skin just like snatched back. Like, it just like snaps, you know, that elasticity. We take for granted, like, we have all these like Black celebrities and Black people in our own families who, you know, look a good 15 to 20 years younger than what they're supposed to. But there's also underlying issues that happen, apparently, and that could be just all like brand propaganda from big skincare, big skin, trying to like nail it in our faces that like, yo, you should be protecting your skin. But that being said, I'm just gonna give into it for right now because especially when you think about like in terms of looking at Black celebrities, they're Black celebrities. They've been getting facials. They've been going to people to like take care of their skin probably for years. We just didn't know about it. But I like that skincare line like Fenty is now out because when I went and look up the prices of some of these things, I remember I tried to like go and buy a bunch of like Drunk Elephant. I heard that they were like a thing. And I went and looked at just like their normal size products and how much that would be to like maintain over. Child, I bought that like travel size kit, that little 99 one that's like full of all the things just so I could try it. And they're all good, but I am literally actively putting them on my face, using them every day, and be like, oh, cute, like I feel so great. I'm not buying these because I don't want my skin to get used to this. It's the same reason why I do not want to like fly first class until I can fly first class every time I fly, if that makes sense. When it comes to these expensive skincare brands, I don't want my skin getting used to like fucking diamonds ingrained in my skin. Like, I don't want it to get used to that and then it's like, wait girl, what happened? We were in luxury. Whereas I feel like this line, not that it's not like elevated and not that it's not like expensive for some, but I do feel like the prices are, for me, it felt more attainable. That I got all three of the launching products for just, I think it was like $80. That's with like shipping and tax and all that stuff. So, which is still expensive, right? But it's not in comparison to what you would spend for a lot of these other also white-owned skincare lines. So, that, and I've heard that the ingredients in terms of like the other YouTubers I watch are pretty good. I know that the fragrance in it is concerning for people who have really sensitive skin. Again, like I said, I'm coming from a very privileged place, so that didn't really concern me. I never had like eczema on my face. And other than like, I suffer from like scalp psoriasis, but other than that, never really had like a lot of skincare issues. So I'm not concerned about it having a slight fragrance. If anything, I'm probably gonna be like, thank you. So that being said, I am probably not gonna post this video until a month after using the product line because I feel like that's the way that it would probably make the most sense so you can actually see the difference. So this is what my face is right now. I, mind you, have not washed it or anything. I didn't really wear any makeup today. I'm also not a heavy makeup wearer. Like, I rarely wear foundation. I wear like eyeshadows and stuff a lot, like almost every day. And a lipstick or like some sort of lip tint. But I don't wear like full face of like foundation often. So that also will, I think that plays a role, because I think this line was very much so developed to be for the makeup wearer, especially like in tandem with Fenty Beauty. But yeah, I know estheticians everywhere are probably seeing lots of issues that I don't even notice right now. Maybe it's important to note that I'm 28 years old, so. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera and basically get started on the first try. I'm so excited to put these on my face. I'm gonna try to make this quick and funky. I did not look at instruction. So I'm assuming that, I thought it was gonna come with some sort of thing. Oh, I also like that she thought about the environment with these things. Like, she thought about sustainable packaging. I hope that she does that. I understand with this one, a sustainable package probably wouldn't make sense, but this one feels like this also could be a situation where like she could just send plastic pouches or something, or like, I don't know, pouches that can break down, that we can just refill this bottle to instead of reusing it. I think the cleanser is first, so let's start with that. Right. Oh, so it's like a twist. Okay, so I thought it was like a fully, let me follow the instructions. Hyper clean. Stay in that room, wet skin, work into lather. Okay, I'm gonna wet my skin. You know how like the 90s commercials used to be like herbal essences, and you would just like splash it on your face? Oh, it's a pretty apricot color. I have no idea how much of this I'm supposed to use, but this feels like a good amount. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, this feels like an amount that I probably don't even eat every day. But I don't want to go after my neck. Yeah, it's definitely, it has a fragrance too. I like the fragrance, but it is a very subtle. When people have been talking about the fragrance in videos that I've been seeing, but again, I'm not a skincare girl, so I know other people who have sensitive skin probably smell this and are like, alert, alert. But I'm like, yeah, to me it's subtle. I like that lather though, but it didn't get bubbly and weird. I hate it when stuff like that stuff gets crazy bubbly. I be feeling like I'm shampooing my face, and that's not what, at least that's not what I want for my routine necessarily. Cool, my skin feels, it feels cleansed. You see it's making that sound? It's clean, she clean. What is this? This is the moisturizer, so I'm gonna assume that's the last step. How do I don't know how to open it. Oh, this is also a squeeze down. I claimed to have watched videos, and I did, but that don't mean I didn't forget it immediately. The things I learned. Fat water. I love the name of this. I'm not gonna use that much. I'll probably use, again, more than I would use daily. If I could just use this one simple routine and have it in my life and not have to buy a million different things, and it's good enough. This also has a slight scent, I think, which again does not bother me. But I know for other people it could be an issue. My skin feels really good. Ooh. Okay. I love, again, that this is a refillable product for the moisturizer. I wonder if it's possible to make the fat water container. Oh, this also has a scent. Wow. I love the moisturizer scent. Yeah, that smells good. Again, I do think like all the criticisms around the fragrance thing is completely valid. Because again, I do think that like not having to worry about that is a privilege. And so I think the next phase of her launch, I know it's like people launch things in phases, and for her, fragrance was an important thing, and I think that's valid for her brand, Nooma. But I think as long as she launches the next phase of this with a fragrance-free, just to give the girls some options, kind of like what she did with, you know, Rihanna, I'm not coming for you, I promise. But kind of like what she did with this, where my beat up, let's see, my beat up Fenty foundation, which for me, originally I did not use this that much because the way that my skin is set up, it just did not work as well for me. I feel like it made my face too dry. Long term, unless I primed it to the gods and did things and mystified and did all the things. But when this came out, it was the perfect foundation for me. Like it kept me moisturized and dewy and everything. So I think she heard the concerns about her original formula and then made like another version of it. And I think there's no harm in her doing that. Specifically like a fragrance-free option for people who really wanted to try this line, have something that's accessible and easy, but could still work for them in terms of it being fragrance free. But yeah, right now my skin feels so soft. It feels so good. And it doesn't feel not unlike when I do the full routine, night routine of Drunk Elephant. So if I could replace Drunk Elephant with a good solid skincare line that's like Black owned and also affordable and more attainable, I'm doing that. So I'm excited to try this for the next 30 days. Now we'll now switch to an update. Say hello to me in the future. 30 minutes in the future. 30 days in the future. Leah. Ow. Wig in here. That's not what this video about. All right. Here it is. It's a month and some change later. I didn't look at the actual footage to see what the actual amount of days it's been, but it's been a month and some change. Because I felt like in order to really get a sense of what this whole line is about, what it's really doing, how it's really working my skin, what it's really doing for me, I needed to give it a month and be fair. Because I feel like you can't, I think a lot of people reacted really early, like they used it for like 2 weeks or something, or just looked at the ingredients list without looking or like using it, and which is cool for them, but I was like, if I'm gonna do a whole ass video on this, then I might as well give it some time, not try to hop on the bandwagon of just making the video because it's the thing that people are talking about within the beauty or skincare industry. I'm not in that industry, so if you want the real of my experience, this is the real. Reflections, what do y'all want to know? The main thing is I am very happy that I did wait a month and a half to make the second half of this video, because if I had made this video like a week or two after I first started it, it would have been I would have had a completely different review for y'all, because I think my first week my skin was just getting used to it. My skin was just like, bro, what is this? We ain't used to this. We used to like your luxury ass shit. How do I rephrase that? your luxury things, your bougie girl skincare, your bougie girl line. We're not used to whatever it is this is. Not that it's not a bougie girl thing, because it is, but y'all know what I mean. Like, I'm not spending Tatcha and Drunk Elephant money on Fenty Skin. So, which, again, is a reason to be like, Rihanna, because I feel like if you are a person like me who hadn't had like a serious skincare line, when I was using Drunk Elephant, I was using those little $99 minis. Those, you know what I'm talking about, those little blue little things I think are supposed to be actually like travel kit or like a gift set. That's what I was using, knowing for heavens that I was not about to go out and buy those actual big ass bottles of that stuff, because I got bills to pay. I got my mama's bills to pay. I got other people's bills to pay. I got dreams and goals and aspirations. I want to buy a house one day. I don't got time to be buying Drunk Elephant for my skincare. So I think that's why having the line like Rihanna's Fenty Skin is important, because, you know, like it's actually accessible. It's not like the cheapest thing in the world. It's not like going to your local Walgreens and picking up apricot peach scrub that all the skincare people be like clutching their pearls about. But it is, in terms of like a better skincare line, accessible in price. So I appreciate her for that. Yes, queen. But my personal experience for a month and some change of using primarily the products. I say primarily because there was a few times where I used the Ordinary's serum that I'll pop up here. And then, did I use anything else? Oh, and sometimes I would use the Super Bounce by Glossier. But yeah, other than that, it's been a weird time to experiment, because in between it, I pretty much had to quarantine myself because my partner ended up getting a positive test for COVID, and so we ended up being inside for about 2 weeks. So instead of like washing it like in the morning, washing my face in the morning and in the evening, I was just basically washing my face in the morning just to have something to do for about 2 weeks and some change. I didn't really go outside and be in the elements and have dirt on my face or anything like that. And again, like I said, in the first half of this, I'm not a heavy makeup wearer. I very, very rarely wear full face of makeup. The only times I pretty much do it is if I have an event, which, you know, is zero right now because of COVID, or during photo shoots, because I occasionally model. But other than that, yeah, I don't be putting a lot of makeup on, so there's really not a lot of need for me to like wash my face consistently at night, especially in those 2 weeks where I was not going outside. Another thing that in the cleansing process, let me break this down by like each one. Cleanser. At first, I hated the cleanser. Ooh, that first 2 weeks of having that cleanser, me and that cleanser needed to have a fight. Like, we needed to talk it to. I was ready to square up on that cleanser, because I literally just felt so like I didn't feel stripped in any way, and I wasn't used to that. And I think that it's just like unlearning. It's like, you know how like some people just be eating like the top ramen, and they haven't learned that ramen is like a whole other like world. But because they're used to the top ramen, when they first have like the other ramen, they're like, what is this? And then it's like you have to get used to it because you realize that it is significantly better. That's how I felt about this this cleanser. Because at first I was like, why doesn't my face feel like I literally got flayed by fucking Bolton Ramsey? Like, I should be feeling like stripped. Like, I should be feeling like done when I wash my face, and then I have to quickly put on a moisturizer. But yeah, apparently that's not a good thing for your skin to feel. Apparently, I've been watching enough skincare videos now that I know that that is a bad thing. And so that's not what this cleanser does. Like, I still feel clean, but when I say I still feel like moisturized, it's almost like to the point that I don't feel the need to like throw on the moisturizer like I used to in the past. And I still do it, or like do all the steps beyond it basically. But the game changer, the real change in the thing, the real change in the thing was figuring out that I should be washing my face in the shower where my pores are already open, and it just really gets in there. Because ever since I started doing that, I really started to see like the best parts of this cleanser, and I really started to see like those blackheads on my like nose. I get them like right here on the little tippy tip of my nose. Them was going away. Basically, I started to get that actual clean feeling once, like the clean feeling that I was looking and reaching for in those first few weeks. I started to get it once I started washing my face in the shower. Game changer. If you don't wash your face in the shower, I think you should be doing it. Because maybe my pores are just one of those pores that just takes longer to actually open up. And it's taken me a whole 29 years of my whole Black life to realize this. Woulda known. The more you know. You know? So I think I'm really happy with the cleanser. Fat Water. I love the name. I love the feel. I love the texture. I'm not sure what it does, but I think it's doing stuff. I think it's doing stuff because I noticed that there are like certain areas of my skin. Like I have like a little bit, I used to have a darker little edges. It wasn't ever a full circle of darkness underneath, but it was, it was edge in there. I be tired, and overarchingly, this whole month that I've been testing the skincare, I've been tired. So it's actually been really impressive that I've been trying a whole new routine and I didn't like completely walk around looking wretched, because it's been a lot. Like it's been stressful. I've had to deal with sicknesses, crazy like work schedules at work, crazy schedule with my own creative career outside of work, and just general anxiety about the world. Child, I'm recording this the day after the debates. And y'all know. So yeah, like the fact that my skin is just still here and together and holding up, and I'm not full of blemishes and stuff right now. Not that I break out that easily, but I feel like if there was ever a time for me to like, seep myself into my teenage days, this would have been the month to do it. And I really still felt dusty in every other way, but in my skin. So thank you, Rihanna. Because that's been my saving grace. And even on my like darkest days where I literally didn't even barely want to brush my teeth, I still wanted to use these products. I still wanted to put them on and like give myself at least that. So yeah, I think there is something to be said for just like the feeling of having a routine like that that's for you, that's accessible, and that's enriching your skin, and is an experience like she wanted it to be. I think that was like why all the fragrances and stuff, because she wanted it to be a sensory experience. But I'll get into that more about the fragrances and things later. So on to the last step, the moisturizer. The moisturizer that my partner told me that makes my face smell like strawberries, like I'm a strawberry shortcake. Which I was like, oh, and then I was like, wait, hold on, I'm a lady. I'm hitting 30. I'm knocking at 30's door. Do I want to smell like a strawberry? And it's not even a strawberry. I was like, excuse me, I think that this is like a Bajan berry. I don't think that's what it's called, but it's something from Barbados. And that's what you're smelling. It's not a strawberry. Get it right. But the scent, I feel like, and I still, like when I think about the launch of this product, I think a lot of people talked about this scent in the same, like they were like the fragrance, the fragrance is so strong. And it's like, y'all act like we hadn't all together survived the Victoria's Secret love spell days. Like we hadn't been Bath and Body and Work, slathering ourselves and our faces in that lotion for years. Those are scents, madam. That's what a fragrance is. The fragrance on this is subtle. It's like in the background, it's sweet. I will say that if she were to ever come out with a line of fragrance-free stuff, I would still keep using the moisturizer with fragrance, but for everything else, I would use the non-fragrance one. Because I will say that I don't really need all the fragrance, like the different fragrances in my routine. Damn, it's storming. Okay. I see you, do what it do. I would say, I hope that in a few months, Riri comes about like, wow, all you girls who were complaining about the fragrances, wow, here's something for your ass. Wow, we got fragrance-free stuff. Ow. I hope she does that because I would just start to mix and match. Like I would start to have pretty much use the fragrance-free for the first 2 steps, and then the non-fragrance, and then the scented one for my moisturizer. And the sunscreen. It having sunscreen in it also for me is great, especially one that does not cast a shadow is great. And I haven't really needed it for about the past 2 weeks, but it's still been great to have. I don't know if you even care about this part. I'm going cockeyed trying to look at the camera. Yeah, okay, that was weird. And my window's open. So, all in all, I am going to be rebuying Fenty Skin. I'm going to be reusing Fenty Skin. I'm going to be a Fenty Skin gal. I literally only had 1 pimple this whole time. I don't get pimples that often. Like I said previously, I'm kind of skin privileged in the sense that my skin is not that sensitive. I am not acne prone. Even in my teenage years, I wasn't acne prone. Cause I was back then, Lord, I was just like using Dove and just out here reckless. Like I don't think I was putting anything on my face, like nothing. Like I didn't know shit, and I still wasn't like out here like that. Like I still wasn't having the issues that other women in my family were having. I was having other issues now, but I wasn't having skin issues. So yeah, I would say that as a skin privileged person, if you are a person that doesn't have very sensitive skin and who is just looking for a routine that can just do you and that you feel good about and actually want to do, and that you feel like a boss doing it, and that will, give your skin what it needs to just get through the struggle bus that is 2020 and likely 2021, and hell, probably the foreseeable future for as long as our bodies are kicking around this earth. Those bodies might as well be like glowed up. So like, and part of your body is your face. So where's this going? Whew, I'm so sorry. I was in the middle of a glass of wine when I decided to record this. So yeah, if you're one of those people, this could be for you. I would recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like I'll do it. I will stay. I will be a rep. I would be an ambassador for Fenty Skin and say, after giving it a month and some change, I feel good. I feel glowed. Again, there might be skincare specialists and things looking at this video and being like, well, but also, my video isn't that high res, so y'all can't really see my pores like that. So, from what you can see, well, it looks good. So, yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Thank you so much, Rihanna, for providing an accessible, financially accessible, and easy skincare routine, especially one that is more aimed for darker skin tones, us specifically, probably us black walls, who have specific needs for our skins, and all of us need to be using some form of SPF and some form of sunscreen, but don't want to be out here looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, like, thank you for providing that without it being at prices that are just completely unattainable. I think moving forward, the one thing I am going to continue to try to do is incorporate more Black-owned skincare into my routine, because I feel like a lot have either come out or I've researched and found a few that I want to support. And I currently have a initiative going called For Our Magic, where I've been basically buying in bulk skincare and makeup products for Black women and Black femmes in need in the Twin Cities area. So, and like, we want to send out our first boxes this month. Child, this is a whole other video, but trying to organize this during COVID era / with these smaller companies who can't do bigger batches of things has been hard. In that research for Our Magic, I've been finding all these great other black skincare companies who I want to try to. So I said in a previous video that this channel would not be a reaction channel or like a trying things channel, but that's not true. I think I'm going to be still making art and stuff on here, but I think I'm also going to be incorporating more things like this, because I think these are just fun to make, honestly. I really hope y'all like the video. Do the things, you know, the rhetoric and the you know, all that. If you want to subscribe. I'm Leah. I do not post that frequently, and I do things. I feel like I need an intro. Yeah. Okay, bye.